Summer is here, and that means weddings, graduations, as well as a lot of outdoor, get-togethers. And this is a great opportunity for you to network. But we want to get the awkwardness out of it. So today I'm going to give you 3 zero pressure conversation starters to help you along the way, as well as some tips for introverts and extroverts of how you can get the most out of these functions. I don't want you to stress about social get-togethers. Instead, go to them with strategy. You'll be happy you did. Hi, I'm Shelley Piedmont, a former recruiter, and I want to help you be better at networking. And this time of year, there are a lot of events that you may have been invited to. And so let's think about them as opportunities for you to not only rebuild bonds with people, but also develop new ones. So first of all, let's talk about where it's a little bit lower stake. And that is in smaller groups or in groups where you know some people. So that could be friends events where you know the host, but you may not know everybody that's attending. It can also be, company events where you may know some people in your department, but it is a great opportunity for you also to meet people that work in other parts of the organization. You want to take advantage of that. It also could be alumni groups that have get-togethers. Now that's a fun place because everybody has a commonality, which is that school. And generally people are very happy to talk about that. Another thing could be if you volunteer, oftentimes they will have volunteer events. So it is great for everybody there to support that organization, but you can also find out more about why people feel strongly about that organization. So there are opportunities around you. What you need to do is change your mindset from, oh, I really have to go to this thing, to, yeah, I get to go to this thing. Not only will it be great for the people that are putting it on, but it can be a great opportunity for me to reconnect with people as well as build new contacts that can help me professionally. I promised you 3 no pressure conversation openers. And I want you to do your conversations differently. Now, traditionally, most people go, well, what do you do? And that's boring. And because everybody asks it. But the second part of it is, what if the person is unemployed, or if they're retired, or maybe they're a stay-at-home parent? You kind of put them in an awkward position by asking that because it implies that they should be doing some paid work outside the home. So instead of asking that question, I'm going to give you 3 different ones that are going to make you memorable to the people that you're starting the conversation with. The first question is really just no pressure on the other person, but it is a question that shows your curiosity in them, which makes you memorable. And the question is, what is a recent learning you have had that you think has improved your life? Now, I'm sure most people would go, gosh, I never really thought about that. But you show curiosity in the person, and you actually do get them to talk about the subject, which can lead to a lot of other subjects to talk about in the conversation. A second question you could ask is really future focused, and is, what kind of challenges do you think you'll be facing in the next 6 to 12 months? Again, not something that most people think about, but you can get them talking about business challenges, potentially personal challenges, whatever it might be. And for you, it's a good time to listen and think, does anything that I do, would that be able to help them with this challenge? Or do I know somebody who would be able to help them with the challenge? Again, providing support. And the last one is a way where actually you talk about yourself a little bit, but you're actually asking them for some assistance. And most people are very happy to help if they can. So as an example, you can say, I've been having a lot of trouble with a particular project that I've been working on, or you can substitute whatever is your issue. And do you know anybody that I might be able to follow, or that you know personally that might have information on this subject? Again, it's no pressure on the other person. I mean, they can just say, no, I don't really know anybody. But if they do, that can lead to deeper conversation and potentially the name of somebody that you could connect with. Okay, now you have the conversation starters that will engage the person. Now, how do you handle the room? That's always a challenge, both for extroverts and introverts. So let's talk about that. Now, you extroverts, it's not about talking. You have no problem talking, but what it is about is focus. You can go through a whole room and still not have had really deep conversations with people. So, what I want you to do is to focus on three conversations. Have deep conversations with three people and get to know them. Spend some time with them. The other thing for you as an extrovert is often you are a great connector. So why don't you bring people together in that space? Find people that you know might be interested in each other and connect them. People will be very, very happy that you did that for them, and they'll remember you for that. Now for you introverts, you struggle because this seems very awkward. You don't like the small talk. So what I'm going to suggest you do, and as an introvert, what I do is I find a place where I can anchor myself. I look at the room and I look at where's a place that's not in the middle of the hubbub, but where I can actually look and see what's going on. And I anchor myself there. And then what I do is I look around, kind of see what's going on. And then I will identify a few people who seem to be in the same boat as me. Maybe they didn't come with somebody or they're not an extrovert. And then what I will do is I will go over to them and I will start the conversation with them. They, most of the time, are very happy that someone has come over to talk to them because they feel awkward in the situation. And so it's a great way to build that bond with them, and then you can use your conversation starters with them. So there you have it. 3 conversation starters that are not the typical, what do you do? As well as a strategy to help you get the most out of these networking events. Now, it's mid-year. How are you on your career goals? Are you where you want to be, or do you need some help? I offer a free discovery call so that you can talk about your career goals and we can discuss how I might be able to support you in getting to the goal that you want. It's not too late. We're only halfway through the year. You can get there by the end of the year. The link for booking the discovery call, that's in the description box.